Alright, so this video is going to introduce the next difficulty. We've done all the other ones on amateur difficulty. However, I actually don't recommend necessarily starting with amateur or doing that in the beginning. Although it's perfectly fine to play on amateur. I play on amateur a lot myself at times. But intermediate is where you really start to get into the nitty-gritty of the actual game. And you try to avoid doing the things you would do on amateur, which applies to pretty much all the other difficulties. First thing to keep in mind is you get 2 times the rewards instead of 1, so your payout's going to be bigger. For an investigation, that'll probably take about the same amount of time, maybe even a little quicker on amateur. But as a result, there's some changes. The insurance payout, if you die, you were getting 50% of your equipment value back. Now you're only going to be getting 25%. A lot of other games don't even have a lot of other difficulties don't even have a payout. The sanity pills will restore only 35 versus 40% sanity, but that's a pretty small amount, a small change in there, and it probably won't change how you do the game much. Because to go from 0 to 100, it's still going to be 3 sanity pills. The passive sanity drain is going to be 50% more, so you're going to be losing more sanity. In the course of the investigation from not being in light. So you start to need to really take that passive sanity drain into account. You'll still have a setup time, but it'll only be 2 minutes versus 5 minutes. Whereas sometimes a really quick investigation can go through that entire 5 minutes. There's probably not going to be any way for you to actually finish up in 2 minutes, but that 2 minutes still offers you a certain amount of protection from being hunted immediately the second you walk into the door. One big key difference from this difficulty onward is that fuse box is going to start off. That means every room in a location is going to be at its usual ambient temperature, which means that if you don't get that thing on and you get a haunt to, it'll feel like you're dealing with a Moroi or something. But although you can still, its room will be freezing. So it'll still get a speed boost in that, so if you listen to it hunt, you'll still be able to tell. So usually the first priority from this difficulty onward is to find the fuse box and turn it on before anything else. If you're in a multiplayer game, often somebody will volunteer or be assigned to beeline straight for the fuse box. You'll still see the icon on the map to where it is, so you're not going to have to go searching. But on some of the larger maps, depending on where that fuse box or generator or whatever is, you'll really eat into your 2 minutes of setup time just to get to the fuse box. Another key difference is in amateur, one of the ways you could kind of get an idea for where the ghost was or is roaming around is you would see some of the doors already open. In this case, some of those doors will already start in some kind of open position, maybe fully open, maybe partially. So now from this difficulty on, if you see a door that's slightly open or ajar, it doesn't mean that the ghost has actually done that. The hunts are going to be a little bit longer, but it's not a huge increase. So on a small map, it's 20 seconds versus 15. And then the range can go from 20 seconds on a small map to 50 seconds on a large map. So, but those extra seconds could mean the difference between you dying or not dying. Another thing that's really going to matter is actually the ghost activity is going to be a little bit less. On amateur, you've got frequent ghost activity, and then you've got what they call common ghost activity on intermediate. Where that's really going to matter is for ghosts that aren't going to do a lot of activity to begin with, like a shade. On amateur, especially on a small map, the shade's probably going to do something in the first couple of minutes that you're going to be able to know or tell. This is going to be a little less of a chance, so you're going to start to really understand why a shade or a mimic as a shade can be a real pain in the butt. And then with ghosts, where you got a ton of activity and immediate off the bat on amateur, it'll be a little bit less, but it won't be as noticeable potentially as with a shade. So keeping all of that into mind, I'm going to go to intermediate this time, and I'm going to go back all the way back to Tanglewood with our typical items. Alright, so we're loaded in the truck. Again, keeping in mind we actually have to turn the fuse box on this time. It's in the basement, simple enough. After some of those videos on medium and large maps, Tanglewood's kind of a welcome return to that. So, Benjamin Martin, Responds to people who are alone. So in intermediate, it'll still tell us response to. Repel the ghost with a smudge stick, so we'll need a hunt. Well, actually, we'll need a hunt for 2 out of 3 of the optionals, and the other one, well, escape the ghost during a hunt, and then parabolic mic. So I'm pretty much going to start how we started in the beginning. I'm going to grab a camera, a flashlight, and an EMF. Oh, we got foggy weather. But I'm going to beeline for the basement. Keeping in mind we only have a 2-minute setup time, and once that setup time is done, that passive sanity drain will increase. But we're on single player, so it'll be half. Alright, let's turn on the light. You'll notice I'm not doing anything. I'm going to make a beeline. Honestly, on Tanglewood on intermediate, I might not even immediately do this, but it's good practice. So turn on the power. I thought I'd seen the... Okay, no Ouija board. No bone down here. Now the ambient temperature will start to be going up, so that'll make a difference, especially when we get those hunts. I'm just going to go all the way back to the foyer and start from there. Now I'm going to do what I... Oh! Some activity, maybe? You'll notice that this closet door is slightly open. It doesn't necessarily mean that... Or this one, for that matter. It doesn't mean that the ghost has actually touched those doors. We did hear a crash of stuff. So... Let's look around. Oh, here's the bone. Oh, I think we got our activity here in the master bedroom. So I'm gonna, well, actually, I'm gonna look cursed possessions here first. We didn't get the mirror. Oh, music box. Okay, I'm gonna drop everything and fly back out. Got activity on the total activity, and we've lost a few percent. Seemingly this is just due to the passive sanity drain. Alright, well, let's get some crucifixes down as good practice, because if this is a demon, or Mimic is a demon, it could potentially hunt us once that setup period is over. Drop one here. Drop one in the master bedroom, bathroom. Okay, I'm gonna grab the motion sensors. Okay, I'm gonna put down. There's one, there's two, the third one in the bathroom. I'm working off the assumption that the master bedroom is the ghost room. May not be. So I'm gonna grab thermometer, power mic, and the other motion sensor. I come back, I want to keep looking. We are getting activity. So we had a 3 with possibly another short-term 3. This could be potentially be a twins from what I'm looking on the... Because the arcs here are symmetrical, and that often means the twins. Alright. Okay. Let's see, out in the living room is 60-something. Inside here. This might actually not be the ghost room. Can wander around. Kitchen, no. Dining room. Oh! Ooh! That was a good jump scare. Ooh! See, basement. We had a red room with silhouetted ghosts. Might mean it's not a noni. Or a shade. But with this level of activity, pretty sure it's not a shade. Okay. Just touch something. Oh! It's actually in the nursery. And it's freezing. So, let's quickly move all our equipment. Drop across. Motion sensor in here. Fair mic. Footstep, does that count? Yes, it did count. Alright. Grabbing the rest of the equipment. I missed out on getting ghost photo, unfortunately. EMF, the flashlight, camera. Put a motion sensor outside the nursery. One inside. I'm gonna put the other crucifix out in the foyer hallway. Oh! Did something. Touched the door. What's that giving us? Just interaction photo, but... Now our setup time is long gone here, so... Alright, well, let's see. Okay. Book, dots, camera. Oh, hear the motion sensor going off. One thing with Tanglewood is just because it's a small map, one of the smallest, don't make the assumption that it's easy. You've got a lot less space to get away from the ghost, and the ghost can wander through the entire location, sometimes multiple times during a hunt. I've probably died on Tanglewood more than anything else, to be honest. Okay, it's wandering outside that hall, so you get an idea of the roaming. Alright, we're down to 73, 75. Okay. Check orbs and dots. And I just realized that the light's on in there. So I'm gonna see a UV and a spirit box and some salt. Okay, looking on the door. Not seen fingerprints. That doesn't mean anything because it's been a while. Oh, that sounds like writing. We got writing. Oh, it can't be Shade, Revenant, Demon, or Moroi. Well, if it's a demon, then it hasn't tried to hunt yet, apparently. Picture that. MF5 would be a Shade, Fingerprints would be a Demon, Orbs would be a Rev, Spirit Box would be a Moroi, and we're not going to get dots. Okay. We are in demon hunting range. So let's look for Orbeez. Not spotting any Orbeez yet. Also keep in mind it is 20 seconds on top of for a cursed hunt. And 40 seconds is can be a really long time on Tanglewood. Alright, grab the other camera. Oh, still have the salt. I still have the spirit box. Forgot to test for those things, and the power is out. So we have to make our way down to the basement. Gen was one of the options. We would know it wouldn't be a gen. But we got foggy weather, so we actually can see pretty well in the dark because of the way that the light reflects off of the fog. Where are you? How old are you? Why are you angry? Where are you? How old are you? Okay, we got spirit, so we know it oh, it's Moroi. That means we are losing sanity. Get this other photo. Okay. This means we've got the Moroi curse going on. Remember, we got more sanity drain, so that curse is going to work even faster. Down to 65. Keep that in mind. Now, Moroi test, candle, and lighter, and a dark room. Shouldn't be getting any passive sanity drain. Oh, stepping on the salt, making footprints. Alright. Well, let's go outside and... Yep, see? It's at 57, 59. So, yep, that's the Moroi drain. I'll take pills, get rid of it. Although, for our purposes, it wouldn't have been a bad thing to... Oh, smudge stick. Oh, I closed the door here. Let's see. So I'll put the candle just right over here, light it for whatever reason. Oh. And a light here. Later. Grab the music box. Oh, apparently not close enough to get it to work. Oh, I got a ghost photo out of that. It walked. And it didn't start a hunt. Oh, now it's doing stuff. Oh, shadow on the wall. Now some of the hiding spots also were blocked off. As you'll notice, the one in the nursery is blocked off. Now, once we get a hunt, remember 12 seconds on the confused state, which is a lot of time. Sanity should be on down there because it, oh, it's the red room. Okay. What's your sanity down to? Ooh, yeah, like 20 something. It'll be fast, but and we've got the. Oh, it's one charge. So 25 seconds before it can try again. Oh. Oh, I just killed the power. Probably have enough time to fly down to the basement with the next charge it uses. Okay. Okay, power's back on. Here's the other one of those. Oh, we only got, okay, 2 more photos we could take. Hey, there's one charge there. That count? Yep. Okay. Now, I'm gonna go out. I know I need, another smudge stick would not be a bad idea. I have to get it into a chase, though. Ah, didn't work. Yeah, nice try. Oh, power's off there. Power's off there. Okay. And that. No. Okay, so I'm gonna grab another smudge, so I have 2 on hand. Be fast coming out of that gate. Keeping in mind that 90-second effect on it, it could still have had some time. Oh, here we go. Did it actually work that time? Oh, phew. And it did not come from the ghost room. Keep in mind with that. So there's no guarantee that the ghost will start its hunt in the favorite room. Alright, I think we got everything. And I think all our photos are 3-star, including a ghost photo, so I think we have a perfect game. So let's see. Yep, we got a perfect investigation with Moroi. Now, 225. So that's double what I think we would have gotten. We got an 85. We got 85 for the photos. So yeah, rewards times 2. Although 85 of that, the photos actually isn't in the rewards modifier, and with a future update, that bone evidence won't either. So, but 225 for a, see, about a 30-minute, a little on the longer side for Tanglewood. Lost a lot of sanity. Smooth, did kill the breaker twice. A lot of interactions. It used its ability once because, I guess on the paramic, unless we hear a ghostly voice, it won't count. But it does count a footstep for the objective. Events, 2 hunts. Hunts, divisible, 40 seconds divisible by 2. That's 20 seconds on each hunt. So there we go.